Actually, I was gonna tell you that the sticker pack on Lens, like the little, there's like a one specifically of like a fries of like Jesse fries. I'm like, you should make that a real sticker. I want that. I want that sticker.
The one with the face, the
Like
one.
the fry and the face, I think, in the fry pack.
Wait, there was two. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The one with the kind of like the branding of Jetsy fries.
Huh. You
Yeah,
need
that
to make that a real sticker. I want so bad.
I have to make like more physical things. Actually, I was thinking that it would be so cool to make bags, like all the girly things, like a fry bag or makeup.
Oh my
I don't
God,
know. I have so many ideas for that. But yeah,
100%. I support that. I support that.
let's start with stickers because but yeah, like I think you did some merch, right? With like related to your brand.
I did stickers like a little like Losi sticker, but it was of the not like my brand, but of my like Losi token kind of thing, the pulse thing.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, so like I'm also thinking about my branding more, like what colors I want to represent me, fonts I want to use, and I have not figured like that 100% out. So before I launch anything else, like because I also I like you, I have so many ideas to create like sticker packs, like physical sticker packs, like hoodies, different things. But I
Yeah.
want to get my branding very clear first, and I feel like you already have such a clear branding that there's so many possibilities already with you. But like I'm figuring that out right now, like what color I want to use, fonts, what.
For example, you have that font for your name, Losi. Did you design this or someone designed it for you?
So someone is that's the thing that someone did it. Well, not someone, I don't even know that someone. I've looked up like different fonts on Google, and I wanted one that was like kind of creative and and it's like a mix between. I want something that looks fun but elegant. It's like that's the kind of like balance I'm trying to find. And so I found this font that is called Estrella on Google. And
Yeah.
that's the font. And I kind of like modified, a little bit like the colors and like the structure and things. But it's not my font. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to go with that. I like that, but then a few days ago I was like searching others and I found another one that I liked, and like I don't know now. I made a hoodie with that font, but like I haven't put it out for other people because I don't know.
But I think that you're allowed to use some of them, no, if they're free, or some of
Yes,
them you can just buy them and use them.
no, for that one, for instance, it's free if you're going to do it like for what I did, like for personal use. But if you're gonna make money off of it, you have to pay the license. And since I wasn't 100% sure if I'm gonna use it, I haven't paid the license. But yeah, like you said, some like you can use even for designs, like for anything you want, as long as you're not like monetizing it, it's free. But then if you wanna like monetize it, you have to pay.
That's something that I've been also struggling with because I would love to have like Jesse Fry's logo, but like mine, like
Huh.
really mine. But I'm like, maybe I should ask someone from the community.
Oh yes, no, and I was also thinking the same because I've seen, I don't know if you know this artist called Saeko. She's she's a like a girl who makes music, and she is also like a visual artist, I think, because her like designs and her like logo is super cool, and it's like in 3D and she makes it animated and does super cool things. So she might be. And then I have a friend who's a guy, but he's also a producer, but a visual artist too. And he also does super cool things in 3D and design wise. So he could also do one. I was thinking of asking him actually if he could design a Losi logo. So if you ever need, let me know and I can connect you to him too.
Thank you
Super
so
nice.
much. I think that it's super important. Like we need to have that visual identity that is like really ours and strong. When we start growing, it's like 100% important.
Well, first of all, I agree with you. I think that brand is everything. And like that's like literally what I'm trying to do exactly is like try to create. I see a fry and like I think of you. I want to send a picture to you when I see fries. It's like anything that has fries on it. Literally the other day I was scrolling through my phone and I saw a picture of like this. fries that I had eaten a few months ago that they look so good, and I was about to send them to you. I was like, Jess, I thought of you. But yeah, no, for merch, what I do usually if I want to design like a hoodie or anything at all, first I look honestly at inspiration on Pinterest, which I like always find cool things. And then I created like I download my own like outlines of, let's say, a hoodie or whatever, and I design it first on like Canva, and like design it there, and then like just export only the design that I made on Canva, and then share it with a designer on like a platform. I use Rush Order Tees for what I've done. And I share the design with them and tell them like, hey, can you make it like this? But I have never gone directly to the platform and designed it there, just because I just prefer to like do it first alone on Canva and kind of like mess around with placing and everything, and then send it to them.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, with merch, I think for me it's one of the most fun parts about creating a brand is like creating products, like also that represent the brand. But like you said, first, like that's literally I'm always like, as soon as I have enough capital, because like you said, it's even though people are buying, like you have to put an investment first to create it. So it's like as soon as I have some free capital, I'm going to start making merch, because I also think it's a fun way to like, I want to get to giveaways, with merch and reward people in the community, and have fun with that, because I love merch. I'm a fan of merch, and I want to create my own merch too.
But how would you describe your brand? Like, how do you see who is like Losi? How do you describe your persona online? Like, is it the same as Losi, not online, like behind the screens, or is it the same person?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question, and it's so funny because I was yesterday thinking about this, because I'm doing an exercise of like brand creation and like who do you want to be, and that's the question. Like the first question is like, who are you? Like what's your how do you see yourself, and and first of all, to answer, like I'm the same, online. Like Losi on online is the same as Losi offline. And even the interesting part is like I feel like that I'm the most myself on like Web3. Like even on other platforms like Instagram and things like that, I feel like I filter certain things sometimes. But on Web3, it's like it's me. It's like the Losi that is with her friends, like with her family. It's like the real Losi, and I love that. And the thing is that Web3 has given me that kind of like support to of me, like just being me. But how I would describe myself, I think Losi as a brand is very energetic and passionate and very optimistic for sure. So I am someone who wants to, yeah, just like give out energy to people and inspire others to like do what they love, to live more authentically to who they are, to kind of like maybe not take themselves too seriously sometimes, and enjoy life a little bit more. Because I that's something that Web3 taught me a lot. I think that even though, yes, I love to have fun and everything, I used to sometimes take myself too seriously and life too seriously, and now I've been like learning to enjoy more, and that's kind of like what Losi is becoming, is someone who just inspires people to do a little bit more of what they want and be authentic. It's like that's what I want to do. How about you? How would you?
Yeah, but first I want to say that everything you say is so accurate, and I think that you bring the good vibes, like
I
100%. I never saw you post or say or do something that is like kind of like, annoying. You're always so like so fun to be around for sure.
Thank you, Jessy. No, and like likewise to you. I think that, like I've told you before, like literally, I think you're one of the funniest person. Like when I read your ex and your podcast and whatever, I'm like genuinely like happy I'm reading it, because I love to laugh. Like I'm someone who like I love a good joke. I love sarcasm. That's my humor. I love sarcastic people, and I and people who understand sarcastic jokes and who create sarcastic jokes are my kind of people. And so every time I'm reading, I'm like, this girl, she gets it.
Like for me, when I started like really playing the persona of Jessie Fries, which is like in a way is not exactly the same of who I am in real life. In real life, I'm more like I'm really reserved, I'm shy. I love to laugh. Like since I was small, I love to make jokes, I love to laugh and everything, but maybe Jessie Fries has more of the sarcasm and you know
The
the
sad.
the sass, exactly. Mostly it's because I also noticed the same, like all these people in crypto, there's so many people who are so funny. Like actually, when I started Jesse Fries, I wanted to create a parody of these people. So I read so many things. I follow so many accounts that are posting like funny things, and I always try to adapt them to Jesse Fries.
I mean, it takes also a mind to filter like what's funny and what's not funny. Like you're filtering what's good, the good content. You're doing it right.
But I show an image of a confident, like, girl who posts about everything crypto, fries, who's like feminist, obviously with the fries before guys thing. It's obviously, like a joke. But I think that for me, it's like I try to understand why this persona triggers so many people. Like, why you can be a man and make all these jokes and be so confident, but if you're a girl, it's not okay.
No, I was thinking about this. Speaking of like what we were talking about a little bit earlier about men and women and how everything is so different when a woman does it versus when a man does it. And like you were saying, like I appreciate that you created this persona and that is online because I see again so many accounts, like so many quote unquote funny accounts, that are posting all the time, like funny things, sarcastic things, whatever. But when a girl does it, it's like, oh, she wants attention. It's because she's an attention seeker. It's like, excuse you, like women are also funny. We can also make jokes. We can also like be sarcastic and not take ourselves too seriously and be like, it's like, why? Like I totally agree with you. And like, let's say if a woman is, like doing something specifically, then she can only do that. And if she like tries to say something about a different topic or do something different, like, oh no, but weren't you like I don't know, X thing? Like, why are you trying this out now? It's like, I can
Yeah.
be many things. I can be as many things as I want, and like whatever.
Totally. There's always these memes that there's a guy who's walking with his girlfriend and then he's turning around and there's another girl. That's for me, it's sexist. It's funny, but
Mm-hmm.
it's sexist. Even though I laugh at it, I know deep down it's kind of sexist. There's so many sexist memes and it's always okay. It's always funny. But if you're a girl and you're trying to be funny, and if you're dressed in a certain way that you're, I don't know, because you have boobs and you have a butt, like, I don't know, it's not funny, born like that. Then all of a sudden you're a bitch who wants attention. And this is
Yeah.
something that I just can't stand.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. It's like the dynamic and some things, like are so rooted in like it's always been that way that people don't even like take a second to question. Is like, okay, like, do you understand the meaning behind all of this? Really, like, where is this is coming from, right? Like, people, like the meme that you were saying, it's like it's always like been, that's always a situation, girl, guy walking around, and a guy is the one that's looking at like a girl's boobs or things like that. And it's like
Yeah.
it's
Or
all it's people don't take the time to like think, okay, like why is this the situation? Because it's always been like that. But like it doesn't have to continue being like that. Women are also allowed to do whatever they want.
yeah, but I think this is called like normalized misogyny. Like it
Mm.
just became normal.
Crypto, that is like a obviously male dominated kind of like industry, which is also why I'm so glad these kind of things are starting to happen. And like I was saying, like your persona and your brand and all these things, because a lot of the content, a lot of everything is geared towards guys, even like what we were talking about earlier, like merch. A lot of merch is like super like geared toward like this. I don't know if you've seen the size of this, but this is clearly not meant for a woman. And there's so much like I'm not shading on anyone though, but like it's done by guys, thought
Yeah,
for by guys. Even
exactly.
crypto events, parties, everything, it's like it's done for guys and by guys. And sometimes it's like I need a little bit of woman energy.
For real. And I think that in some cases, probably they don't even do it on purpose. And most probably they don't have bad intentions. But sometimes it's like, come on, like just like think a bit, because it's so repetitive. But I wanted to ask you because obviously I post about all that, but sometimes I wonder because that's my experience. And maybe not everyone experiences the same. Sometimes I even wonder, like, does my content, is my content relevant to other girls? Because maybe some girls don't even understand what I'm, trying to say. So I wanted to ask you, do you feel in what you do, like, do you feel that the space is sexist? Do you sometimes feel that you don't have access to the same resources?
I mean, it's kind of a it's an interesting question because growing up, I've always been kind of like in situations where there's mostly men for some reason. Growing up, I was very like a school nerd, like very, very like and into math. And so like, mostly when you're growing up, like math classes and like things where it's like, you know, building and technical things, it's mostly guys, like so I was always with guys and I learned in a way to deal with this kind of like with guys and to deal with like that kind of thing. And in university, also in my career, like mostly were guys. And now coming into the space also where most people are guys, I've in a way learned to deal with like guys and how they think. But I am gonna say that I have felt, that sometimes they don't take me too seriously, and I think it's because I'm a girl and I'm a woman. And also in this space, like I'm an artist, right? And so I also like, even though my artist persona online is the same as like I'm Losi, like very genuine to how I am online. Obviously, there's sometimes things that you have to post and you have to say and do because of the art or because it's like also in a way a character. Like Losi is also a character, and I have to do certain things to, you know, promote my music or do whatever, and then some things I think might not be, like a guy might think it's, oh, like she's playing or whatever, it's her trying to, like we were saying, get attention or whatever. And sometimes that might, I think, make some guys not take you too seriously, like I said. And I've definitely seen that for certain like platforms and people who platforms promote and things like that. Sometimes it's mostly guys or people who are like running big companies that are guys. Most of the people behind all these platforms are guys. So it's a weird situation. But like that is also something that in me, and it's something that I've had since I was little. It's like I want to show them that you can be a girl and you can be a boss, like you can be a girl boss. And every time something like that happens, it's like sometimes my brain kind of like decides to eliminate and be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going and like not like try to not focus on that, and just trying to prove them wrong, because like I definitely experienced that. And but in my head I'm like, I'm gonna I want to prove them wrong, just like
Just
shut
because
them
you
up.
can. Yeah. But I love that attitude and the fact that you speak about being a girl boss because I feel that this is exactly what I feel and what I'm doing with Jessy Fies. And guys, they don't know how to associate beautiful and smart in the space or beautiful and business oriented, That's a big problem. So I think that the more we have girls like you who are like, I'm going to show them and I'm going to continue doing it, the more we're going to grow in the space and have like more like be more successful and have higher positions.
No, 100%. You know what? Sometimes it's like what you said is literally what I was referring to. People cannot, or guys, whatever, I don't know, women too sometimes, cannot associate being like having a goal, having a business, being business oriented, and being quote unquote pretty or whatever, it's like, and you know what's funny? Like sometimes I like to make them think I'm dumb. Just for the sake of like they can keep thinking whatever. I have my plans on the back, and they'll see. They'll see. They keep believing whatever they want.
I think that what you're saying is so smart, actually. You know that this is a strategy that is used by many smart people to play dumb, to let
Yes,
people think you're dumb. Because if they think that you're dumb, they will think that they have some power over you and that they're like 10 steps ahead. But actually, they're not. Because you're first not even playing their game. And second, because you know that they think that you're dumb.
exactly. Like now, no, for real. Like now, it has become kind of a game, and that's what I'm saying. Like where I say that sometimes I'm kind of a persona, and it's like the more I want to try to play and feel like make them think that I have no idea what I'm doing and that I don't know whatever, like even the better, because like for me it's like they think I'm not, but I have plans and they don't know.
But of course, you have plans. Like, I mean, you've been growing so much. And also, one other thing is like, I love the fact that you're an artist, but you're also a content creator. It's also like, and of course, an entrepreneur or whatever. I don't know how you call yourself. I feel nowadays it's hard to put anyone in a box because we're doing so many things at the same time.
Yeah, no, well, you said it perfectly. Basically, I would say I'm an artist and an entrepreneur. Like you said, I think that I've always thought of my music in my head. It's like I call it a movement fueled by music, right? So it's like music is my medium to do all the things that I want to do, right? Like obviously, like if you have any business, you have to have a product. And for me, that product is my music, right? Like that's my business, but I want it to be so much more than that, because I am so much more than just my music. While I like music is what fuels me and what I want to share with the world, is like I want to build something much greater than that. And so I would say that I'm an artist and entrepreneur, and within that also fits like the blockchain, right? Because I love to learn new things. I'm super like I cannot stay with one thing, it's like I and that's what excites me so much about crypto. It's like it moves so fast that it doesn't get bored, because there's always something new you have to learn. There's always something you have to like keep up with. And so I think that's the side of like the entrepreneur and business part of it, because it also connects to my music. Obviously, I'm trying to grow my brand on the blockchain, on Web3, and my kind of like goal is to be like a star, like powered by the blockchain. Like I want to also like in a way say like F you to like big labels and things like that, and be like, you can also build a successful business on your own and not get fucked over, and have fun in the process, and stay true and not sell your soul to the devil in exchange for whatever they want to make you do, and like build something that is authentic, and it's like this is me, and I want to share it with the world.
Yeah, totally. Like, I'm not so familiar with the music industry, so I don't really know like how like record labels work and all these things. But if I understood correctly, it's like you're an artist and then you sign a contract with them and then you go on tours or whatever and you record albums and these kind of things. But they take a lot of a huge commission and yeah.
Yes. Well, every deal is different, of course, but many artists do not know about business, and like don't read contracts, and they think that signing a music deal means their life is going to be, fixed. But in reality, when you sign a record label, usually they give you an advance, like they give you certain money. Obviously, every artist is different, but you're tied to them until first of all you pay that advance. And not only that, but you're also tied to like the type of music that you can release, the song that you can release, when you're gonna release them, right? There's so many things, and some artists like sign deals where it's like you cannot make a song for like X amount of years, or you cannot release a song after you've repaid, and some people cannot repay, and so like how do they get out of those contracts, right? And yeah, it's weird. I've never been signed by a record label, so I have not dealt directly with those devils, but I'm so like excited about the possibility of being my own boss, because like I said, I'm also business minded, you know, like to I like business. I like to think in ways of like, how can this make me money, how can I make money, how can my brand make money. And I think that's also what you discover like through building a brand in Web3. You know, it's like if I'm my own, you know, manager, my own boss, obviously at some point if I grow too big I have to make a team and everything, but I want to be in control in part of like the type of music I release, who I am, you know, because I don't want to end up, I don't know, like down the line regretting like, oh my god, who did I become, or like my mission is not near close where I wanted it to be just because I signed a deal to.
And I think that actually there is like a huge opportunity for artists like you to kind of become like stars on the blockchain, because I don't know many. Is there like a lot of music artists who kind of made it on the blockchain, or is it still something really new?
I mean, okay, so it's weird because you have to define like what's made it, right? There's certainly artists that have made it on like just on the blockchain. Like Violetta is one of them. She's an amazing artist and she's one of the OG kind of like artists. So there's certain artists that have made it on the blockchain. My perspective is like I want to be a global artist, but that also incorporates the blockchain, you know, because it's like we were saying, like I feel like the crypto culture sometimes forgets that there's also a culture out there, you know, of people, of consumers, whatever. And so I want to kind of like bridge that and be like, okay, you can be both. Like you can be in crypto and be normal, a human being, you know, like the fact that we're in crypto, because I that's another kind of like barrier I want to break. It's like people think that, or they have this idea of like if you're in crypto you have to be like living in your parents basement like with 100, you know, like I don't know, like this weird image. And there's so many people that are fun and cool and normal and are in crypto, and like girlies like you and me that like normal things, that like to, you know, whatever, like, but we also like the blockchain. And it's like that's kind of like what the image I want to help change also through my music. It's like blockchain is just a way for us to explore different things, like make money different ways, put our content, build a community, but that doesn't make us disconnected from the real world. It's like,
And also, I feel like for you, for example, crypto can be the way to kind of like make money to after maybe conquer the outside world. I don't know. I mean, you could make a lot of money with your community, crowdfunding, grants. I don't know, like of course selling your music, because I mean, I'm following you, and again there's so many things going on the blockchain, and you know, on Lens, on Farcaster and everything, so I get so lost. But I see you posting a lot on Farcaster. You use Dracula. I don't know if you're still using it. And I
mhm.
see that sometimes you post like some of your music on some platforms, but where are you selling nowadays? Like where do you sell your music, and what do you sell? Do you sell like snippets of your music? Do you sell like whole music, music videos? Like,
No, that's a great question. And it's funny because that's literally my plan. It's like make money on the blockchain and then power. So you literally read my mind. But yeah, like nowadays I think I'm exploring, like I said, like a lot of different mediums, modes. I don't, since I have, you know, certain amount of songs, it's not like I'm posting all the time to collect, but like when I post a song to collect, I've done it on Sound, I've done it on Sora. Now I'm doing it on Drip House, which is on Solana. And then yes, I post videos on Dracula. Unless a post is being boosted by something, people are not really collecting on Dracula. So I wouldn't consider like that, like I'm collecting, but rather I just put content there just for the sake of posting
yeah.
content.
But what is boosted? I didn't know about that on Dracula. So someone would just he just shares the post, or he does something
No,
special.
I mean like when he had that program, like that Bello the cohort.
Oh yeah.
So basically it's different mediums and different forms of content that they put, but if it's like an artist, like a singer or something, some of the content that they boost is a video, and it gets posted on Dracula, but every video you post on Dracula automatically gets minted on Sora. So basically they would they boost it on the back end to provide rewards for people who collect. And so people go collect the video and they get rewarded. But that's the only way people are collecting like videos on Dracula, you know, like people are not really collecting videos on Dracula just like they're collecting posts on Sora, or they're collecting posts on, I don't know, Drip.
And so I was also curious, how do you plan your days? Like, what do your days look like? Do you also have another job?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Well, my days usually start very similar. Like the morning is like I wake up early, have my coffee, you know, get my morning like slow, go to the gym, and then after I go to the gym, it's like when things start. It's different from time to time depending if like I'm making music or recording content, editing. Although like throughout the day I go in between. Like music is mostly at night, so I like to record at night or write at night. So after like 6 or 7 p.m. is like when I do most of like the music things. And during the day it's mostly like either creating content, like whether it's writing something, recording a video, editing, whatever, or posting, this kind of things, planning out, you know, either if it's a release, a drop, whatever it is I'm working on at the moment. And then I also do like side jobs on Web3. So I work for different like companies and I do like business development. So like I right now I'm working with one, I'm helping them with partnerships. So like searching for partners, connecting them with potential like collaborators.
Do you like working on other things at the same time?
I mean, it depends. Like, I try to find people or projects that I am in a way at least interested. And if I mean, sometimes it's more so of like a I need to, obviously, like you said, because like I need to make money, and sometimes with music it's not enough, you know. So it depends, but I think that at the same time, it gives me an opportunity to maybe, because sometimes I do get very anxious and in my head when I'm only working on my things, it's like, will this work out, you know, like I don't know. And when I'm doing something for someone else, it's like in a way it makes me step out and be like, you know, everyone is also trying to build their thing, you know, like trying to work on something. And yeah, I feel like working for, at least for the projects that I've worked with and the things that I've worked with, it's like that also in a way connects to my music somehow, you know. It's like I meet people, or I someone, you know, that I'm working with like wants to help me with something.
Yeah.
It's like also for me a way to kind of like connect with others. So I wouldn't say I don't enjoy. It's been a good experience so far. Obviously, if I could dedicate 100% to my music and my project, definitely would.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, but
far.
I mean, I get you. Also, working alone is super hard. Like sometimes you just feel so even when you're working on your project and then you're blocked, you don't know how to go, and then you're just trying and trying, and it makes me so depressed. Then I block and go on my phone and I go on TikTok and I scroll for 2 hours because I'm like, I get anxious, like the
Me
anxiety.
too. Yes, no, I 100%. And like for me, it's funny because it's like every day it's a roller coaster. You know, it's like I can wake up and I feel like all my ideas are on point. I'm like, oh my God, I am like, you know, I'm conquering the world today. Like this is my day. And then something happened. I don't know. One idea doesn't go like what I planned. Something doesn't go like what I thought. And I'm like down at the bottom, like, this is not my, like, what is going on? Nothing flows. Like my ideas are shit. And then up again.
I feel you. Like it's exactly that. Like an hour later, you can feel like shit and nothing works. And I feel that's hard.
No,
But
100%.
I feel that this is part of the being entrepreneur. So I mean, we won't ever be able to do anything. And I think that even if we get more successful and make more money, it's just gonna be even worse.
No, totally. No, there's a phrase. There's a phrase that says new levels, new demons, something like that.
Okay.
And it's true. It's like you feel like oh my God, when this happens, all my problems will go away. But no, in reality, like when that happens, you're gonna have other devils to deal with, and it's fine. Like you have to learn to deal with the devil.
Exactly. And this is so hard. Do you have a favorite creator? not necessarily on Lens or Farcaster, but in the space? Is there someone you'd love to collaborate with or someone that inspires you?
Actually, like not even a joke, you're definitely one of my favorite creators, and I'm not even kidding. Like not because we're having a conversation. I've said it before, and I love what you do, and I've already asked you to collaborate. And we're already working on something. Lately, I've been following a lot the content of Gigi. I don't know if you've seen her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I like her.
I like her content. I like her personality. She's also funny. And I think right now, I mean, if you ask me right now, I think she's one of my favorite creators in terms of like, posting and things like that. Like I met her once at a dinner here in Miami because she's also based in Miami. So I met her once there. We didn't have a lot of time to talk because it was kind of like a long table and we were not in the same like yeah space, but we did talk. And she's super super like cool. So yeah, I think she's one of my favorite creators right now.
You know that she also has this like I don't know, is it her project or an initiative or whatever? Every time there's like a crypto event, you can pay something. I don't think that it's so expensive. It's like $80 or whatever. And all the creators like are together and they can like have drinks and chat together. And she does that like every time she goes to an event, there's something that she organizes.
Really, I'm going to check that out because like let me see because what because Art Basel is coming up.
She's probably gonna do something. I think you should definitely ask her or check because even once she did like a brunch for women or something like that, and I think it was in Paris, but I couldn't go after all. But she organizes all these things, and I think it's important to go. How often do you eat fries? What's your favorite makeup?
So on the fry side, I think I could be canceled for this, but at the same time, maybe not, because I eat fries every day basically, but they are yuca fries.
I never tried them, but they count as fries. They do count,
Okay, so
so you're not canceled.
literally every day, and I also eat. Sometimes I vary. Sometimes I vary and eat regular fries or sweet potato fries, but for 90% of the time it's yuca fries. But they do count as fries. You have to try them.
I have
Jesse,
tried them.
you won't go back. Like they're so good. They're so good. Then so yeah, basically everything. That's why I'm such a fan also because literally I love fries. I love fries. And I think blush. I have a blush that is literally that. Like I have a blush that you can put it on all
I
your.
like that.
It's the one I'm wearing and on my lips. So it's like
Super nice.
it's the one to go. And yeah, like rosy cheeks are always like a sign of a healthy face. So like if you have blush, even if your whole face looks like shit, you somehow look better.
Yeah.
Crazy, I don't know.